Hey everybody, just found some glass. Mm, delicious. Anyway, Brian Comer, technical theater director at Lee High School, and wanted to come to you today and try to make a different type of stage glass. We've made the sugar glass, worked great, had a little tint to it. Couldn't really get it that clear because of the caramelization of the sugar. So there's another technique using a sugar substitute by the name of isomalt. ISOMALT. So we're going to try that and see what kind of results we get. Sometimes you might want to have clear glass. You might want to have a very pure start for some good color. So we're going to try that today. Going to make a couple of figurines a la the Glass Menagerie. And we're going to see how that goes. Who knows? And here we go. Disclaimer time. What we're doing is extremely hot. We're boiling. We're putting things in the oven. Please, please, please take all the precautions you can. Make sure that you're wearing some kind of oven mitts. You're putting things down on the counter so you don't ruin your counters. Just be smart. It's hot, y'all. All right, thanks. All right, so now we're going to make some clear glass. Add a little color to it and see what happens. So I've got my pot. Got my isomalt. And I've got some distilled water. Can you tell? It's distilled. All right. And we're going to give this a shot. I have never worked with isomalt, so everything that I'm doing, I just learned. I'm going to try adding a little green food coloring because I'm crazy. Haven't done this before. Don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to add a little bit of green. Here we are. There's a few things that I have regrets about. I wish I had actually sprayed this with some kind of cooking oil. I think we're going to have some problems here. I know we're going to have some problems here. How about that? So instead of breaking, it's actually bending. While I was letting this dry, I did some researching. It does look like this has a cracked candy stage. The isomalt does. So I think, yeah, it's not breaking. It's just bending. Brah. So I think I'm gonna try this again. And take some of the lessons that I've learned this time and maybe go back to the drawing board. So, in theater, we do a lot of experimentation. We learn a lot through mistakes. We go find different resources. And that's part of why we love it. And that was a hot mess. So, we learned some things, went back to the drawing board, and now we're going to try again. So, this time, we're going to try to make a couple of menagerie pieces, and we're going to hopefully put into place some things that we've learned. So let's try this again. So what I've got is a little poodle, a little Dawson. Now what I really like to have is something to maybe put under this that they can press into some putty or something, but I don't have that, so we're going to do the best we can. We're going to put some tinfoil under this guy, wrap this up a little bit, and then when we pour it, I'll put some pressure on it to maybe try to seal the bottom. I think we're still going to have some leaks, but this is, stay at home, do what you can. So we will see how this works out. All right, so one of the tips that I saw is that you need to have a little bit more. Oh, that's gross. What is that? Hello, little guy.
Okay, we'll just put that away. So I need to start with a little more isomalt than we did last time. So I'm going to do 2 cups. I'm trying to get any impurities out of there. Still want to use just enough water to make it like wet sand. So we're just going to eyeball that. Mix that up. I have no problem using my hands. They're clean-ish. In this day and age, they're always clean. So that feels about like wet sand. A lot of the sites that I saw said that you could use isomalt without any water whatsoever. The ones that recommended doing this technique say it just helps it not stick when you're first starting to melt it. So we're going to go with just a little water. All right. Got a heat going under here. I got it to a medium-high heat. I'll start melting the isomalt. Let's see, what else have I learned in my meanderings along the internet? A lot of the sites say that you need to add color to this before it gets to the hard crack stage. We also learned that you have to get to the hard crack stage. That was something that we did not do the first time. We were led astray by another website. So the hard crack temperature of isomalt is a little higher than sugar. Around 300 for sugar, and we're going to go to 320 for this stuff. So there's something else good to know. I added 2 more cups of isomalt. I was getting a little nervous that the amount that I had wouldn't be deep enough for me to get the thermometer in. So I went ahead and added more. So now I'm at 4 cups of isomalt. Again, I added distilled water to go ahead and get it back to that consistency of wet sand. The reason you use distilled water, if you're going to use water, is because the minerals that may be in your tap water could actually cause some discoloration. Who knew? Well, a lot of people on the internet knew, so now I know. I also switched from a wooden spoon to this plastic spoon because of the same reason. The wooden spoons can hold impurities, and that will discolor your isomalt. So we're just learning things left and right that we did not know on the first attempt. Please remember, we are dealing with some hot stuff, so please use caution. Let's see here. We are at just under 220 degrees. So we're going to let this go. Now remember, with sugar, it's parked at 220 for a long time. This seems to be progressing much faster. We're already at 240 in just the time that it took me to say that sentence. We are moments away from being at the 320 that I'm looking for. I wanted to say that we have already added some of the color about 30-40 degrees ago if we wanted to add color. We're not going to do that this time. I want to see how clear this really is. We know that color worked really well on the failed attempt last time, but yeah, it was failed. So hopefully getting it to a higher temperature is going to allow us to get to that cracked or hard cracked candy stage that we're looking for. We've hit our target. I'll turn off the eye, remove the thermometer. Remember, this is hot, so okay, let's throw that on the floor. All right. Now, pop this in the oven for about 15 minutes. Oh, one thing I almost forgot. I need to cool off the bottom of the pan. Okay, so we've been in the oven for a little over 10 minutes, probably closer to 15 at 275. So I want to pull this out and let you see what it looks like. That it's pretty clear. There's a few little floaty things in there that I have no idea what they are, but I think we're going to be okay. So I'm going to set that aside. All right, the attempt I'm going to make is to pour one of these. I've also sprayed the edges and wiped it down with some cooking spray. So I'm going to pour it in. Again, remember this is very hot. So we're going to pour in. Then I'm going to put some pressure against it, just so it starts to maybe harden a little bit. I'll put some weight right there. I'm going to pour this sucker in here. Dun, dun, dun. I'm actually going to pour the rest of it in another pan that I had waiting, just to maybe make a thin sheet. I'm going to put pressure on this again. Again, just trying to break whatever slid up under the mold to the rest of the tin foil. And then put some weight on top of it. It's been about 30 minutes, maybe a few minutes longer, and we're gonna see how this worked out. So let's do this. All right, little poodle. Let's see here. Let's see what's going on. Got some leftover glass there. Should I clean this up a little bit? Just kind of crunch this up. See if I can flex it a little bit. Type. Look at that. Look at that little puppy dog right there. Hey, little puppy dog. What you doing? Okay. That worked out really well. This is surely not coming out very as easily as the poodle did. The back end feels like it is. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, the tail did not make it. Look at that. Not bad. Yeah. Kind of looks like glass, y'all. Like I said, this was not part of the plan, so didn't have high hopes. I just had some left over. I thought I'd see what it looked like. You can actually see the etching of the pan that I left it in. It's nice and clear. That's really pretty.
So, we made some little glass figurines. There's a little poodle, little Dawson. So again, in a show like Glass Menagerie, where you would need a lot of small figurines, this is not that hard of a way to do it. You just got to have the mold work pretty well. And then made a sheet of glass. And it's pretty clear. I like it. I'm really kind of proud of this. This is really cool. So, all right, isomalt, check. Good job. And we have a little tableau there. Look at there. So, it's a little, hey man, what's up? What you doing? Hey, I just said, hey. That's all I got. I didn't write a script for that. So, well, thanks, and I hope you enjoyed it.